How are we doing, people? Welcome back. It's been a while, man. We haven't seen the tap out in about a month. Yeah, so we're here for another show. We got a lot to cover. We gotta go over some things that happened already that we didn't come back and cover yet, but we will now. I believe that's 295, UFC 295. A few other stories, and then we'll jump into some UFC 296 action. Yeah, and I say we because it ain't just me. Let me bring in my co-host, starting with the faceless man, Mr. Smoke Weed Every Day is what he's going for here, even though that's a clover. But I won't tell anyone, or I won't tell anyone else. My man Jake, what up?
What's going on? Yeah, they didn't have the correct leaf for me in the emoji.
There's probably a reason for that.
Hey, you're probably not wrong, but I had to get the closest thing to it. So,
I can dig it.
How you doing tonight?
I'm cooling, man. But I'm gonna use that and say that you're a Celtics fan now.
Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah, it's a good time to get on board.
It's a cheap shot, though.
Yeah. Anywho, it ain't just us two. My man Wu-Tang Tran waiting in the wings. Why don't you fly in, bro?
Sup, virgins?
That's good. That's really good, actually. Oh,
Nerds
man.
and virgins.
Sup, virgins. Clip it. All right, folks. So we got a bunch to talk about today. How y'all been, though? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Miss you guys.
I know it's been a while. We ain't been chatting too much in the little chat we got either. We've been just busy working.
Yeah,
doing
bro.
shit.
I lost track of time earlier. Almost didn't do this, making it on time for this.
Yeah, he messaged like, "Oh yeah, I'm running late. I'm still at work." I'm like, "Yeah, good. I haven't made the link. It's gonna be a while." We're all
I haven't even made the production list, so it was good. I was like, "Hey, don't worry, man. We ain't got nothing but time."
Well, it's good to see that everyone was not doing their job, and yet here we are.
Clean, organized, and ready to roll.
So we've had some fights lately. We've had some interesting calls, some ref situations.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty to cover. So y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with just recapping 295?
Sure, let's get into that.
All right, let's get into that. Let's see what's good. Share the screen. Give me 295. Show me UFC 295. There we go. So this fight,
spicy.
yeah, we'll get to that, but let's get slide down here a little bit. Do we care about anything that happened in the prelims? I can't remember.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, the prelims were a lot of no names. Because I remember we were glossing over it the last time we talked about it.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Tell you what, the thing that I was impressed about with the 295 though is that not a single fight went to the third round.
Yeah, this was the early exit event.
Yeah, because that's right. Because I think when we were watching, because we had a little watch party for it, it got to be about 12 o'clock, or it got close to being almost 12 o'clock, and we're like, we're already at the main event. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So we had Sabatini and Lopez. Lopez won that. Frivola. I don't remember. Oh, so it was KO, huh?
Yeah.
KO head kick.
That's right, the head kick. We expected this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Dern, you know her accent's fake, right?
Yeah, we cover that all the time. It's funny. Oh, this was interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember I was calling it for Sergey, but I'm also not surprised Tom won too, though.
Yeah, this was big M effort versus big M effort. These dudes are huge.
Yeah.
It was crazy because that was the thing that we were talking about, bringing up the differences on like size and whatever. And I did not realize personally, because I was the only, I think I was the only one that ended up picking Tom at the end of the day because we ended up having Lewis on for a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm like, I understand he's the smaller fighter by just a little bit, but at the same time, these are both big boys. These guys both got in the ring. It's like, holy shit, Tom's bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah, heavy hitters, man.
Yeah, what surprised me about Tom too was like, when I think of Tom Aspinall, I don't think like power puncher.
Yeah, but he laid him down.
Yeah,
he was throwing some bombs.
Yeah, because honestly, I thought if he were to win, I thought it would be by submission.
Oh, let me back up. Let me see. I wanted to see how this fight broke down. Total strike 10 to 1. He got one strike off. Woof.
To me, he's the official heavyweight champion in my eyes. Just because we know Jones and Stipe is going to retire.
Right.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. But yeah, no, that was to record Tom's 11th knockout win. And that was just,
he had 10 strikes and 10 of them were significant strikes. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I was about to say, wasn't like 3 of them on the ground too when he finished them?
Yeah, that's a whole lot of pound cake. Rough. What were you saying? My fault, Jake. That was just funny to me.
Oh, that was his 11th KO win of his career too. It was just.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens in that division moving forward.
Well, the thing is, Dana White said that it doesn't matter how long that John Jones takes to get better, that the fight to make is John Jones versus Stipe. He's not going to get one or the other, depending on how it is. So if he wants to stay active and get a fight, by all means, he's going to give him a fight, but it's just not going to be against one of those two until that fight happens.
What's the latest on Jones?
Not a clue. At the point that we talked about it last time when we found out about the original injury, that it was going to be like anywhere from 8 months to a year.
That's a long time. Especially at his stage of the career.
He's like
in the state of the division too.
Yeah, in fighting years, he's like 90.
Yeah. But then, but realistically, who do you give Tom Aspinall in the meantime? Ciryl Gane?
Yeah, I say Ciryl Gane.
Does Alex Pereira decide to make the jump and say, I'm going to go to heavyweight and fight the actual heavyweight champ? Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, interesting idea, but I don't see that playing out anytime soon.
Well, I'm going to go look up to see what the UFC heavyweight rankings look like at the moment.
I know Ciryl is coming back from a win too, so I also see that like a likely scenario.
Yeah, so you got John Jones as the champ. You got Tom Aspinall as the interim.
The tampon.
Yep.
Sorry,
he's the champion.
Sergey at 3, Stipe at 4, Curtis Blades, who just got set up with a fight with Jalton Almeida. Alexander Volkov, who is he coming off of a loss, or did he just win his recent fight?
Alexander Volkov?
Yeah, he just fought recently.
Yeah, let me look that one up because you're right. He did. Who did he fight? Let's see.
Oh.
I like how we got an Alexander Volkov and an Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, he beat Tai Tuivasa, 293. Yep.
Gotcha. So I mean, he's available, and that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and he have fought Tom Aspinall before, so that'd be a rematch.
Yeah, and I don't. Sergey Spivak, who's coming off of a loss, Tuivasa's coming off of a loss. Derek Lewis just got his ass kicked. And Marcin Tybura, Jairzinho Rozenstruik are just too far down the line to even be considered in any of those spots.
So all the big names.
So what does Tom do?
Yeah,
exactly. So what do you do if you're Tom Aspinall? I say you let Alex Pereira jump up to heavyweight and fight him. That'd be interesting because Jamal Hill's going to be on the shelf for another couple months. He just fight Prohaska. Jan Blachowicz and Alexander Rakic are
combined
right now. They're about to fight. And then Johnny Walker and Magomed and Kalaev are about to rematch because of their stopped fight because of clash of heads or eye poke or something. So Pereira really doesn't even have anything set up right now.
I said call Brock Lesnar up.
Brock,
I like it.
retirement. Yeah.
Oh no, I fucking love that idea actually.
Either him or Daniel Cormier. I don't know.
Nah,
I think DC's
Pull us in
happily.
favor.
I about to say I think DC's happily retired. I don't think he'd pop out of retirement. I don't know, man, Mike. I think I like where you're going with that. Give Brock a call.
Yeah, but that's just me jabbing at the heavyweight division again.
Yeah. Funny.
But the thing is, realistically, it's really not that terrible of an idea because the entire heavyweight division's technically tied up right now because of the two old assholes at the top who won't fight anybody else.
That's a problem, though. Like, if your division isn't great and you're already, and then you've got it tied up, like, that's bad.
Well,
that is pretty bad.
I mean, tied up in the wrong way, I guess. Ciryl Gane is available, who is a top 2. But John Jones and Stipe are tied up because of an injury, and everybody else has already either had a fight recently or have fought and lost. There's only 2 guys available in Ciryl Gane and Alexander Volkov. Which
I think, in my opinion. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Which either of those fights honestly wouldn't be bad. I'd much rather have the Gane fight, but
no, I feel like the Ciryl Gane just makes way more sense because he's a former title contender, and he's coming off a win. So you can sell it from that angle too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And plus he's available.
That part. Because I don't
and it makes sense by the ranking.
Who did he fight last?
He headlined the Paris card. Remember, it was like a big deal because they went back there.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the main event. This was rough.
So disappointing. So disappointing.
Oh, he beat Spivak.
Spivak, okay.
Yeah, 44 strikes to 49. Proshka had a takedown.
That's when the bad call happened. I don't know, man. It's just I feel like when it comes to high profile fights, especially in titleship matches, man, these bad calls have been becoming way too common lately.
Yeah, refereeing across all sports is in a weird state. A lot of bad calls, determining games, and it kind of makes you question how it's being called. This was starting to be a good fight.
Yeah. I feel like now, since there's been enough generational turnovers, I feel like we should have ex-fighters referee and judge the matches.
Yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. It makes sense.
Like, the only time I feel it would be, like, problematic if, like, you're affiliated with a camp or gym.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only time I see it being problematic. But other than that, like, you know, you want somebody as knowledgeable as possible. But that's just me. You know?
No, I agree. That's exactly what they should do. I wonder why more ex-players aren't going into reffing.
Man, don't know. Maybe they're just too comfortable. Lack of motivation. That's just speculative.
Would you say like having former fighters become referees? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, you know who I think would be good at that? If I had to take like an honest, like pull this guy right now and have him become a ref and get the correct licensing would be Forrest Griffin.
What up, Dale?
Yeah, I say Forrest. Daniel Cormier for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Cormier would be good as well.
It's just I feel like it's going to be extremely hard to get Daniel Cormier to do anything else besides what he's doing now because he's extremely, like Will said, comfortable.
He's just chilling with Joe Rogan now. This is like they just go nuts on the side.
And like if you want to pull the other guy like Forrest Griffin, what's he doing right now? He's catching people getting slapped in the face.
Yeah.
That's literally all he's doing. He's not doing it. He's helping Dana White with the slap boxing thing, catching people. I guarantee if you asked him, why don't you go get certified by Nevada and everything, I guarantee he'd do that in a heartbeat. Just you got to ask the guys.
I wonder why.
I know Frank Trigg, from time to time, I'll see him like referee matches.
Didn't
him?
he start? Yeah, he did that in one for a while, didn't he?
Yeah. No, I've seen it popped up here and there, you know. So I mean, it is a thing.
We need to see it more.
Yeah.
But this fight, I don't know. How did y'all end up feeling? Just
I thought it was a phenomenal fight, man. Up until that bad call. Good exchanges, good back and forth.
You guys want to talk more about the call? Go ahead.
I have no idea. I don't remember what the call was because I think I had missed the end of this fight.
Yeah, it was he had him on top. Well, he went. If I remember correctly, Prohaska shot for a takedown, and he knocked him down. But the knockdown just happened. And clearly, he was conscious and moving. Like I said, it happened so fast too. You know what I mean? Because it was that abrupt. You know.
Yeah. So what was it? Pretty much like he was not. It was kind of like with this past weekend when obviously Jalen Turner had Bobby King out or Bobby Green out, and he kept fighting, and the ref just let it go way longer than it needed to, type of deal.
No, it was not that, because like in that case, it was actually like knocked out. You know what I mean?
He called it. Well, he called it too early.
So it was the opposite.
It was the opposite. Yeah, it was the complete opposite. Way too early.
Damn, that's crazy.
He was okay. He could have kept fighting.
Who's reffing this one?
It wasn't like Herb Dean or Mark Goddard, none of the bigger guys. No way, I think it was Mark Goddard.
I was hoping it was Dan Mazzagatti because I don't like that guy. I like Mark Goddard, I like Herzog, and I like Dean. I was hoping it wouldn't be one of those three.
Yeah.
But Mark Goddard has been known to kind of pull that every now and again, so that wouldn't shock me.
Chargers getting smashed.
Easton needs to get that stick out of his ass.
Who?
The quarterback, isn't it Easton Stick, or are they playing Dugan?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a whack pun.
Oh, yeah, it was Mark Goddard. So he's like a seasoned vet, too. That's what made it heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah. You hate seeing that, for sure. But you know what the crazy thing is? Goddard's made early calls that people thought were early when they were completely out. He's the one that called the when Izzy was standing.
Did he ref that one?
Do what?
Did he ref that one?
Yes, he did. And that, in my opinion, I said I still think Izzy was up and he was fine in there. But you and Will also said, no, he was out. He was done. I was like, so Mark Goddard's.
I think he was out in the sense of like, dude, he took like all that too many unanswered punches.
Yeah, way too many unanswered.
Way too many, bro. And like I said, the I get in that instance he was being generous too, overly generous. You know. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying he was out in the sense of like knocked out. He was like out in the sense of like he's not responding, because what's one of the main rules? You gotta defend yourself intelligently.
You gotta either return fire or defend, and he was doing neither of those things.
Return fire, defend, or evade.
See, I think Izzy's idea of defending, which got him in trouble there, was that he was just doing head movement, and he was still getting connected on. If Pereira was throwing 3 punches, he was getting connected on one of them, even with the head movement. So my mind has started to shift and change on that of Izzy being out. I honestly, I guess my stupid definition of being out is you're on the ground and you're out. If you're still standing, I think you got a little bit of wherewithal. But Will's proven it time and time again that you can be knocked out standing up. It's very possible. I mean, just take a little backlash and take a look at Rock Lee, right?
But here's the thing too. Another definition for out too is I feel like some people don't want to keep fighting.
Yeah, no mas.
No, yeah. I mean, they don't want to outright tap out either. But
right.
I'm not saying that wasn't the case for Izzy. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I mean? But you could tell when there's some people throwing like the mental towel in.
All right, so that was an interesting card. We'll move on to the next. Well, we got any news stories, or what do we?
Oh, I wanted your guys' opinion. So, how you guys feel about the Bellator buyout? That's official now.
Officially bought out. Yeah, I mean, we all wanted when we saw this was just a bunch of across like champion fights.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we get some of that.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for overall for the sport. You know what I mean, and for the UFC. I think they need competition. They need healthy competition. I think that'll help dictate some of the fighters' pay.
Agreed.
Yep, and again, like I don't mean to be. I know I get flack for this sometimes because this is an MMA show, but it's kind of like the same visual concept and ideas for like the WWE. WWE got really dry and boring there for a while because they had no real competition. They were buying out all the small ones. TNA was barely staying afloat. AEW comes around, and now look, WWE's back on a major radar. They're getting good signings. Everyone's kind of having fun. Everyone's getting a little piece of the pie. And that's kind of what UFC was, and I feel like they're starting to bolster their cards. Competition, no matter what kind it is and what shape or form, it's always good all around for everybody.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What else, fellas? What's on the agenda?
I am super excited, though, for all these matchups, though, because I still think there are going to be some dope-ass matchups for it.
For the PFL Bellator one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some really good matchups to make, and really just some good stuff coming in store for all of us as MMA fans.
No, because they already kickstarted off. They did an event recently to kind of set that up.
Yep. Hey, are you guys at all? So since Mike's asked this question and the door is kind of open for it now, would you guys at all be interested in seeing Francis's first fight be against Ryan Bader?
I mean, he needs somebody, so
why not? Right?
Do you think Bader's the right choice for that, considering he's the champion?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's a title holder, But as of right now, who's the PFL heavyweight champion?
I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know who it is. That's why I kind of figured that's why I figured Ryan Bader would muddy the waters, because he is the Bellator heavyweight champion.
Because that's an important question too,
Absolutely. Give me a second. I'm moving something around right now, and I can go.
Imagine at this hour.
It was an accident. I got fidgety out of nowhere. Let's see. PFL heavyweight champion.
He fumbled his ego.
What else we got?
PFL's heavyweight champion. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Word to Bruce Lee, bro. What's going on?
This Bruce Lee?
That Bruce Lee.
I had this.
Bruce Lee.
I had this since I was like in 7th grade, bro.
Well, you see, dope. PFL, I don't really know exactly how it works because they don't really do the whole champions thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They do like the season.
Yeah.
They do what?
Yeah. They do like season, like.
Weird.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not really gathering anything from it. But anyway.
Well, that's one major change they should probably make.
Yeah.
I figured that out. Make it more accessible.
Unless you just say, so we're gonna keep the tournament style because you guys do Grand Prix all the time and make that the PFL thing, and then your champions become the PFL Bellator champions, blah blah. That just makes it dumb. So that's why I'm saying maybe for the combined title, because they don't have a champion in PFL, that would be the title main fight, Bellator Ryan Bader versus PFL Francis Ngannou for the unified champion, even though PFL doesn't have a champion.
Yeah,
just
they
kind
do
of
like
idea.
seasonal champions.
Yeah, so I don't know how they. I have no idea how they'd spin it, but they'd have to do something with that because that's your heavyweight division is supposed to be your money grabber. those are your two biggest guys. You got two biggest guys to name. You got a champion, and then the guy that you sign as the former champion at the biggest competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm figuring, honestly, personally, I figured that's maybe how they'd spin it. But then again, I could be wrong. That's just an idea.
They need to just have one unified belt for both labels now that they're under one.
I agree.
And just make them all fight it out.
Duke it out.
Shit,
Do a 5-on-5. Fuck it.
Tournament style if you want.
Yeah, do a 5-on-5 from all weight classes. Whoever's left standing wins.
Last man standing.
That'd be dope.
I'm down for anything. I'm just happy that this happened. I don't know why I'm happy it happened. It's just I think it comes down again to the full blown thing of just better, more competition, and it's just like because we get the UFC. UFC is the thing that we all watch and love, and you got one dominating the international scene, but now you got something in state that's like we got all something to look forward to. It's not just one weekend thing. It's like every weekend now we've got stuff. Even bare knuckles starting to gain some traction.
Yeah. But like I said, I just think like the UFC desperately needs some competition. Because at least in the past, you had Pride FC, you had Strike Force. That was giving them the run for their money, you know what I mean?
100%. But with that being said, that runs us in to the meat and potatoes of the show, UFC 296.
We'll take a commercial break first.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, too. Damn, cut me off.
Got him. Oh, I thought I had it lined up.
Oh, you fumbled your own bag.
What was that?
You fumbled your own bag.
No,
fucking virgins.
Virgins. Dooby. Where is it? Oh, well. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Donuts.
What's up, guys? It's Mike Larimore here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to STWF Media for all of the love and the positivity they've been sending my way recently. We partnered up, you know what I'm saying? I just like the energy the guys bring over there. So any sports talk, you want to talk football, you want to talk baseball, they might even talk bowling if you're interested. Boxing, whatever your thing is, man. Go check them out. There's a lot of great coverage over there. Again, it's nothing but positive energy from these guys. So check them out. Peace.
And we back.
Back in the flash.
So,
where you at, Jake?
Probably Darth vaping.
No, I'm right here. No, I can't vape inside this house. My parents don't let me smoke in the house.
Smoke is vape.
Virgin.
But anyway, hey, just God, fuck you.
In your mom's basement.
Actually, I'm upstairs. I'm in my childhood bedroom.
I'm in the attic.
In the attic? I don't think we have an attic. Anyway,
I don't
so
think doesn't know what is happening.
To start off, I lived in this. I don't remember how long I lived in this house. 20 years. We'll just go with 20. Anyway, before you get me off topic, because I hate getting off topic.
Yeah.
Wink.
Sorry.
Before we get into the card of the two fights you may want to look for anyone that doesn't know by now, but it's been news for, I believe, since this morning or late last night, the Ian Machado Gary and Vicente Luque fight is off. There was a rumor that Kevin Holland was going to step in super last minute and go against Luque, but they don't think that they could have gotten the deal done in time. So Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell has been moved to the main card, which was an original fight to look for because a guy in Josh Emmett who was just fighting for a lightweight championship or an interim lightweight championship, I believe it was, being put in the preliminary card, that's pretty wild.
Damn.
But anyway, just so that you guys had that little bit of an update. So the first fight to look out for is Casey O'Neill versus Ariane Lipski.
Talking about 296?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know we were already there. I would have pulled it up.
Oh,
Fill us in, Jake. Why should we tune in?
So Casey O'Neill is coming off of a loss, but she was previously 9-0 going into this. She had a lot of I'm not going to say name power. She had a lot of hype behind her as she was going to be the next big thing coming up in her weight division and flyweight. She was making some of the ranks. I believe that took her out of the rankings unless she's currently in the rankings. No, yeah, she was climbing the rankings and it put her back. And she's going against Ariane Lipski, who I constantly talk shit about because she's kind of like, in my opinion, her own worst enemy because she talks herself up way too much like she's some kind of a badass. You could just tell in her name or in her nickname, the Queen of Violence, when she's sitting with 8 losses at 16 wins. So, we'll see how it goes. She's coming off of a 2-fight win streak. The only reason that this really made the list is because Josh Emmett's fight got pushed off. But Casey O'Neill is still an up-and-coming fighter at 9-1. Just pretty much 2 badass women in the women's flyweight division, trying to make more of a name for themselves. One ranked, one not. It's a good prelim fight for anybody that's got that ESPN Plus and they want to check it out.
Okay. Who you got in that fight?
Who do I got in the fight? I think Casey O'Neill's going to take it. I think Lipski's overhyped and overrated. And I think Casey O'Neill is going to have a good comeback fight off of that loss. She just had to Jennifer Maia, who was a previous title contender and ended up getting absolutely dominated by Nunez. So she's going to have a nice comeback. That was her first real test against Maia. And now that she's got the real thing, I think she's learned from it. And she's going to come out and just drag Lipski around.
All right, everybody. Give Jake some privacy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of bias to this. Leave me alone. We've got what was the other fight I was supposed to pick? Or were you supposed to have 2 women's fights as the fights to look for? Lewis wouldn't have let me live it down.
No, yeah. What are you doing? Lewis will kill you.
Exactly. So I had to pick my bias pick. You're the second fight to watch for in the bantamweight division. You got Cody No Love Garbrandt going against Brian Boom Callagher. Callagher's
definitely ain't getting no love. What's going on?
So I kind of feel like this is I think every fight that Cody's going to have until the end of his career now is a make or break fight because of how I think he was one of those guys that got pushed to the top way incredibly too quick and ended up having a fall from grace. He was made out to be something that he wasn't, but now he's on his comeback tour. He's going against a guy that is 2-2 in his last 4 fights. He's on a 2-loss win streak from both submissions. They're giving him to a guy like Cody, who's a knockout guy, to see what he can do. So this is 2 stand-up guys going against each other. Cody is also coming off of a win himself against Trevon Jones via decision. Cody is also not very pretty his last 7 fights at sitting at a ugly 2-5 record. But like we've been saying, or like I've said, every fight from him for here on out is going to be our make or break fight. I'm going to hit you with it, Will. Who do you think is going to win the fight? I'm going to get you before you get me.
Actually, I think Cody has this. I'll take Cody.
Has hell froze over? No. It'd be Mike. It'd be if Mike picked Cody. Hell.
I don't dislike Cody. You are obsessed with Cody. That's not nothing to do with me. It has to do with you.
Nah, I think I might go with the other guy. I'm gonna go with the other guy. Well, I'm gonna rock the boat a little bit.
Fair enough. I think everyone knows who I picked. I got Cody round 1 KO.
Round 1 KO, huh?
Yeah, he's going to come out there swinging. He's fully healthy now. He pulled out of the last fight because, and this was like 9 months ago, pulled out of his last fight because of I think it was a kidney infection or something like that. So he's had 9 full months to recover from any kind of injury that he had, any kind of sickness or ailment that he had. I think he's going to come into this fight completely healthy, free of mind, and I think he's going to just be quick because Cody's already a quick fighter. He's got a pair of the fastest hands in the entire UFC. So I think that he can go out there and knock this guy out round one unless he gets clipped first. But anyway, those are the two fights to look out for. We're going to move on to the main card, pretty much tell you what the card is, and then we're going to go to our picks. Will, do you want to go over what the main card is?
We'll start off with Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. We got Mitchell's favorite in this fight.
Did Mitchell win his last one?
Bryce Mitchell did. He beat Dan Ige by submit or by decision.
Ige overrated as fighter.
I would like to say that both of these guys do have a loss to Ilya. Bryce Mitchell, I forgot how he lost, but Josh Emmett lost by decision to him. Josh Emmett is on a 2-fight losing streak currently. He lost to Yair in the interim fight, and then he goes on to lose to Ilya.
Yeah.
Ilya beat Bryce Mitchell by a submission, by the way.
They weathered the storm.
He's like a Bond villain.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Tony, I need to retire Ferguson versus Patty Pimblett. Patty the Batty. I got Patty.
I am super excited that Patty Pimblett's on this card. I feel like I've been waiting for him to have a fight for like over a year.
It's been a little bit. When was his last fight? His last fight was 2022.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. I feel like Tom Aspinall. There was a surge of UK fight. There was a surge of UK fighters that came out of nowhere, and it was Nathaniel Wood, Patty Pimblett, Molly McCann, and Tom Aspinall. And obviously, we see where Tom is. We see Nathaniel Wood had a badass fight against Max Holloway that he ended up losing. Patty he's not going the championship route. He just wants to have a bunch of fights, and he's having a lot of fun. And then Molly McCann kind of fizzled out because she had one highlight, spinning elbow, and that's all she does now, and she gets KO'd for it. So I'm glad to see him back. It kind of sucks, though, because is this really a test? He's going against a guy that's lost his last 6 fights. I don't think Patty's ranked right now, so this isn't really going to get him ranked if he wins. Is it a decent test for him to go into the rankings? I don't know. What is your guys' thoughts?
I honestly believe Tony might pull this one off. I personally do believe he might.
Wishful thinking, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of tough. If you look at those 6 fights that he lost to Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush, who was hot at the time, Michael Chandler, Nate Diaz, and then the one that probably doesn't look the prettiest, Bobby Green. So he's gone against the who's of that division. So him losing those fights, yeah, it hurts, but he went against literally top 5 title contending opponents except for Bobby Green. Yeah, I mean, I understand Nate's later in his career and whatnot, but at the same time, he was up there, and Nate Diaz is always dangerous no matter what stage of his career he's in. So I can see why Mike thinks that, and I kind of almost want to agree with him, but I just think Patty's too young and too fresh with that year layoff, and he's just too dynamic and too explosive. I think when it gets to the picks, I think I know who I'm picking.
I don't know. I feel like Patty just has a lot of holes in his game, though.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And let's be real, he hasn't fought anybody in the top 5.
Yeah, it's weird for somebody so loved. They didn't really fast track him like they could have.
But I think that's what they're trying to do because we've had this conversation that they've tried to fast track way too many guys and it blows up in their face. Johnny Walker, for a really good example right away. When you fast track a guy and then you try to get him to do that type of thing, that's how they end up, fizzling out, build up a bunch of losses, don't have that pretty record. You need to give guys a chance to, grow on their own, and then whether it takes the slow route or the fast route, it doesn't matter. You need them to grow and progress in their game, and I think that's what they're trying to do with Patty, which is why they're giving him an opponent like Ferguson.
We'll see what happens. Next, we have Steven Wonderboy Thompson versus Shavkat Rakhmonov
Against Mike's guy.
I think this fight's gonna be a lot closer than people think. I think Steven's gonna put.
He's a heavy favorite, is Shavkat.
But I have a feeling that Shavkat might overwhelm him. Kind of the same way that Tyron did to Steven, in a sense of like the grappling aspect.
Yeah. Kind of bully him in the octagon.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like,
I don't know.
I can see Shavkat closing the distance a lot. Because,
Yeah,
like,
see, this is.
Sorry, my
Sorry,
bad.
Mike,
Go
go
ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were already talking, brother. Go ahead.
You guys are cute. Figure it out.
No, I was saying, because Steven likes to play the distance game a lot. And I can see Shavkat closing it pretty easily,
Yeah. Yeah, he's heavily favored here, but I would like this. It would be great if man, look, he's ranked 5 and he's ranked 6, and the favors like that. The gap is that big. They're thinking, yeah, this fight should be closer than what they're saying.
I think that just shows. I think that just shows kind of like where the gap is with their skill level, because we've seen Shavkat his last 2 fights since Mike's introduced us to him, and he's really just he's a gamer. He goes out there and he absolutely destroys people. The only reason that the fight looks like it's slowing down or starting to go in the other guy's favors is because Shavkat's taking himself a small 30-second break.
You can watch replays here. What?
There's a replay button?
Yeah, I'm not going to play it, obviously, because this is not ours. Oh, you got to have a membership of sorts.
Fair enough. No, I think if this was Stephen Thompson 6 years ago, I'd say maybe it'd be a little bit better. But I'm okay with where the favorites and the odds are right now because it makes sense. It's just I just wish Wonder Boy would have been able to fight this guy 6 years ago. He's 40 years old now. He's going to be 41 in February. I think this is just way out of his reach, and I think that this is a good tune-up fight for Shavkat to go against better-ranked opponents later on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who's next for Shavkat if he wins this?
The title.
Think so?
We need some fresh blood in there, man.
I mean, at welterweight, if he does this, I feel like Shavkat versus Bilal would be fun.
Okay.
Because Gilbert Burns, I think Gilbert Burns is currently still injured and recovering. So, yeah, I mean, you know what? We've got oh, damn it, Chimaev's in the middleweight division. Let's say Chimaev versus Shavkat would be awesome.
Hey, you can still do Usman.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a possibility.
Yeah.
And for any Usman fans out there, that's a fast track way to get him back to the title.
If he wins it, yes.
Yeah, if he wins it, yeah.
Well, who we got next? Pantoja versus Royval.
So this is another one of those kind of I don't know. I'm kind of starting to get on Mike's train. I'm kind of just done with the flyweight division.
Damn.
The way Mike feels about the heavyweight division is how I feel about the flyweight division.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the exact. That's how I view it. It's the same thing, bro. Like for real. Like look at the pattern. You had Stipe and Cormier back to back 3 times, and in the case of this in the flyweight, you have Ferguson, Davison Figueiredo,
yeah,
and Moreno 3-4 times.
Yeah. And then as soon as you get a different competition in there, Pantoja takes it. But it's funny because Pantoja beat Moreno. Moreno goes on and does this great title thing and makes a ton of money with Davison Figueiredo. And then he goes and he fights this guy that he's already lost to in Pantoja, loses to Pantoja and drops his title. And this Brandon Royval, apparently he's beat Alexandra Pantoja in the past. So now you're just kind of going in an endless cycle here of you're going to make these guys go against guys they already lost and they're going to drop the title. So now we got a carousel, lazy Susan of fights of guys not having long title runs.
It's like Carla
So, I mean-
Esparza and like the Rose Namajunas thing all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% what it is.
Doug Rose.
Doug Rose.
Man, this I didn't mean to like pop off on that, but
No,
the
you're
next fight anyway. The next fight though is the one that we're all coming for. This was a great end of the year
Hey,
fight.
you.
This is a treat. This is going to be what I say.
Go ahead.
No, I missed it. What I say?
We're all coming for.
Better yet. Oh God. No, I said that we. You're right. I don't. You know what? Anyway,
Go ahead.
Good.
The thing is, the UFC normally never whiffs on end of the year fights, and this is the third year in a row that they've had an end of the year fight that was just absolutely awesome. So I think they outdid themselves with the card. I really wish, of course, I said it. I jinxed it. I said it Wednesday. I'm like, you know what? It's midweek. They've only got like 2 days before this card happens. No one's backed out. No one's sick. No one's injured. We're going to have a card go down regular and be fine. And, of course, bitch-ass Gary fucking goes down with illness.
So you jinxed it. Got it.
I jinxed it like a motherfucker.
Nah, I disagree. He didn't have his wife's permission to fight.
Yeah, that part. No, his mom, since the ex-husband lives with him, that's his parents.
Getting an allowance.
Yup. As soon as he gets paid, has to give his entire winnings to his parents. Anyway, yeah, no, that other than that one fight, this card's pretty much stayed the same with no ins and outs or anything. So I'll take it. We still have all of Friday to see if Dana White decides to throw Kevin Holland in that fight with Luque, but it's looking like that's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit too late now. A couple days out,
Yeah.
But Kevin Holland's the one that would be up for it.
Yo, so can we get Colby out of here if he loses? Like, can we stop dealing with him?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's even like the wins he had. It wasn't against like top tier dudes.
Nah, he beat aging Woodley. He beat aging, basically done, washed up Masvidal.
They beat Dos Anjos, an aging Brazilian. Damian Maia, another aging Brazilian.
Do Brazilians age?
Yeah, I'm looking at his last. So he beat Masvidal, Woodley, Robbie Lawler, another aging fighter.
Yeah.
Dos Anjos, Damian Maia, Kim Dong-hoon.
Yeah, he's just beating up fossils.
Yeah.
It's freaking wild to me that Colby Covington's getting this title fight and he hasn't fought in almost 2 years.
That
And
persona, man.
When he did, it was Masvidal.
Yeah. He's had like one fight a year for the past 4 years.
Dude, he's
He
this
fought in
generation's
2019
Chael
once.
Sonnen.
Yeah, he fought no, my bad, I lied. He fought twice in 2019, then he fought once in 2020, fought once in 2021, and then fought once in 2022. And then he almost missed 2023, but he got this title fight.
Okay, yeah, so he fights once a year.
Does this help his longevity? Maybe. But does he deserve a title shot because of who he's fought? This dude is 2-2 in his last 4 fights. What has he done?
I still believe that Bilal Muhammad should have been in this fight, but
Yeah, Bilal's a bitch too, but I don't know. That division's Kamaru Usman getting old was the worst thing to happen to the welterweight division.
yeah, you know what? I can agree to that. Oh, even Gilbert Burns getting up there in age too.
Yeah, he is really, and that sucks.
Yeah, they need Shavkat to save them.
Yeah.
Machado, too, if you can. Holland was supposed to, but he's an asshole.
What bugged me is that, oh, shit, I fucked that up. So, hey, did you guys? Oh wait, no, that was my bad. My bad. Never mind. Disregard. I thought an upcoming.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I thought what I seen was an upcoming fight, but it wasn't.
I still think there's a possibility that Chimaev could come back down too.
Bring it on.
Chimaev will come down.
Come back down to welterweight. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Maybe like down the line and try to spice up the division a little bit.
Yeah. I'm looking around. I just don't know what they can do.
You know what sucks about Gilbert Burns is that he's like, no, he's not. Kamaru Usman's 5'11". It's really not that big of a deal. I was going to say he's too short. He's too small for the welterweight division, but way too much of a genetic freak for the lightweight division.
So we're gonna make some picks.
I'm gonna go Edwards. That's me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
we're starting at the top.
Might as well. We're here.
All right, I am. Here's my problem. Colby Covington has been training in high altitude, and Leon Edwards has not. There is a gas tank difference here. And if you guys remember in Leon's last fight, he was starting to gas out. I believe that Colby Covington has way more cardio than Leon, and that can go a long way, especially if Colby decides to wrestle. So I think I have to go with Colby, even though I hate it.
I'm going with Leon. Colby makes things way more interesting, but my God, if he wins this fight, Jesus Christ.
We thought Sean Strickland was bad.
No, we didn't. No one thought that.
No, I'm talking about like
Pantoja,
for like Mike presence.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pantoja.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
actually, you know what?
I'm
gonna go Rival. Yeah, he beat him before. He's gonna beat him again.
Okay. I don't know. That belt makes people a different person.
Yeah, but that 60% number I think is ridiculous. It's one of my least favorite sayings.
You know who gave that number?
Who?
Chael.
Someone who's never been a champion? No, I'm kidding.
It was Chael or Bisping. I forgot who.
Ooh, man. It's going to be a close fight, but I'm going to go with Shavkat.
I think they need Shavkat to win this. They need it bad. They need him to win it. So I think he'll win it.
I would love to see one of my favorite fighters win this fight, but I'm being realistic here. I'm being, as Will would call it, objective. I'm going Shavkat.
It's not just Will who calls it that. It's people who are objective. We all call it that. Ferguson, I got Patty here.
I'm going Ferguson.
I am taking Patty.
Yeah,
oh man, out.
If Patty the bat, he needs to win this. So
they both need to win this.
Tony doesn't need anything but to retire.
So I want to see him retire with a win at least.
That's sweet. You need to knock the fuck out.
Sent straight to the Shadow Realm.
Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell.
I'm gonna get my salty face ready. Hey, you want to see it? You want to see it? That's what it looks like.
What is that?
That's me being salty.
The snozberries taste like snozberries. It's looking the window.
I think the experience level is way too extreme here. I think Emmett takes this one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Emmett too. He seems like pretty durable.
Durable. I feel like that's not the way you want to be viewed going into a fight, but I guess it's not a bad thing. This guy's durable. He can take a beating. All right.
He can get punched in the face a lot.
Yeah, he's resilient.
Look how many fighters in history, right, got wins from just weathering an ass whooping first.
Yeah. Chuck was doing that for a while. Yeah, Fedor was doing that. Chuck was doing that a little bit at first. Then he just started sending people.
Would you almost throw Forrest Griffin in that category?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, for sure. He definitely took some beatings. That's for damn sure. All right, I'll go with you guys go with Emmett, then I'll go Mitchell. See what happens. And that's the main card. We get to some prelims if you guys want.
Alonzo Minifield.
Jacoby.
That's exactly why I didn't pick him.
Why?
Because his last name's Jacoby.
What's wrong with that? Jacoby.
I'm only going with him just because, like, man, look at those cauliflower ears.
Yeah, I'm going Jacoby too, just so I can yell Jacoby when he wins.
Of course.
I'll
take Aldana.
Are you going out of these?
Skip that one. I took Aldana.
Right.
I didn't see like a nasty striker too.
Yeah, I'll take the Mexican for sure. They fight with a different type of heart. I got Cody here.
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Oh shit, is Cody favorite 2 for once? Oh yeah, I'm going Cody.
His favorite.
Yeah, I'll go Cody. My bad. I've been cutting
guy,
my dick off like
Mike.
3 times.
You the man, Mike.
Yeah.
O'Neal versus Lipsky.
O'Neal.
Yes, O'Neal.
Lipsky for the upset.
How much is that difference by? Oh, that's not that much of a
Not that bad at
separation.
all. Not bad at all.
These are the early prelims. I don't know shit about them.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. I hope you make it to the big show one day.
I saw some Eastern Europeans. They're gonna be in the mix.
Yeah, I can see that happening. All right. Well, we got any other stories or any other news that we want to cover, or we got some shout outs?
Yeah. Shout out to all who's listening. Thank you. I know it's been
Appreciate
a little rocky.
y'all.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out everybody. Yeah, from the 313. No, I'm just playing.
21-3 Detroit. Like
It's I just watched 8 Mile like a week ago.
you must have. I figured that.
No, shout out to you two. This is going to be a nice little recurring show again because Jake's finally back on the horse. He's happy. He's good. He's in a good place.
Allegedly.
A lot of support from friends and family now, and he's ready to get back to some normality, which means the Tap Out's going to go back to being a nice regular show. Except you won't see us for a while now because the UFC's going on hiatus, meaning we're going on hiatus. Or if some news happens, we'll do some pop-up shows just so you can see our faces and get your heavy dose of MMA.
There's a UFC hiatus? I didn't even know that.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, at the end of the year, mid-December, they always go on a hiatus till sometime in mid-January because of the holidays.
Fascinating.
Oh, I thought it was because of the Super Bowl.
Probably more that, but
Well, no, they don't. The Super Bowl's in February.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
there's a lot
true.
of stuff going up in between it.
the lead up. Playoffs. It's really the playoffs. The Super Bowl is one night, but the playoffs last. So maybe
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the playoffs being on Saturdays and shit. Yeah, that makes
that's
sense.
true. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been great. You guys are great. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who joined us in the chat. Who do we have today? We had Dale and someone else who I don't know who that is. Appreciate y'all.
Watch the replay if you're here now.
Yeah.
Peace.
But yeah, we'll be back soon. I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. Until next time. Same great time, same great channel. Holla at your boys. Come away.
Find this podcast and others on STWFTV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.